has knife at Meg as she plotted to sell the Spotify recording at the Queen's funeral as a trump card to save her contract. The Duke of Sussex had regretted not spending more time with the Queen, a royal expert has claimed. As moreover, he has also regretted letting his wife Meghan Markle take advantage of the late Queen to earn money. An unnamed source had revealed that Harry and Meghan are fighting in Montecito House because Meghan wanted to leak a secret recording at the Queen's funeral. Prince Harry has always praised the Queen's unwearying grace and dignity, as he remembered the special moments that they had shared. Royal author Andrew Morton has claimed that the royal was left devastated, but was able to consolation in the previous meetings with the Queen. Speaking to the US Weekly, Mr. Morton had said, "I think that Prince Harry was devastated by the death of the Queen, as he had probably regretted the fact that he didn't spend much of the time in the UK. He'll be pleased that the Queen finally got to meet Lilibet, and that wouldn't have been a consolation. I think he wouldn't have grieved over the fact that he wasn't able to get to Balmoral before he had passed, but she goes for the rest of the children as well apart from Anne and Charles." And recently, there are rumors that Meghan had made a deal with Netflix to sell a recording at the Queen's funeral, but the request was denied. Then, she had moved on to another target. She had wanted to sell it to Spotify in the hopes of saving a contract that was recently lost. Spotify won't also renew Archetypes for a second season, as the podcast and a music giant needs to consider whether they want to woke individual like Meghan Markle, and those blind and gullible enough to talk to her on their platform. Like Netflix, the stocks for Spotify have been on shaky grounds over the last 6 months. We now have 10 idiotic Meghan's podcast and nothing from Netflix. Awards were paid. Meghan's newest podcast episode also tumbled to the lowest position in the chart, so they're recording in a last trump card to save the situation. During the Queen's funeral, fans, a keen-eyed royal, unexpectedly discovered that under Meghan's skirt they had saw a square object that sparked speculation, and that the object was a recording device, and it was wearing a secret microphone, which had made one feel rather dissatisfied. Several Twitter posts, including questions about Meghan carrying recording equipment to take advantage of the Queen's death on the reality show. As the attention chaser that wants to take a break from the public, recording stuff for Netflix documentaries, one Twitter user wrote, "Per new day. I cannot believe that she's recording this. She is just a vile and toxic woman. I hope that King Charles has told Harry that she is not to come to the funeral," another had added. A third Twitter user had called the possible hidden recording device the last straw. "I'm finally done. Meghan wearing a mic was my last straw," we wrote. In other news, now the Prince is reportedly clashing with Netflix bosses over the premiere date of a £113 million series. The Duke of Sussex reportedly wants its first episode delayed until after Christmas, but the streaming giant is keen to air it next month. It is not clear what Netflix's current plans are, but Netflix executives are reportedly concerned about the streaming the potentially explosive 5th series of The Crown this month, and the Harry and Meghan documentary immediately afterwards. According to The Sun, Harry is very keen that the series coincides with its much-anticipated memoir Spare, due to in bookshops on January 10th. On top of all of this, there have been persistent reports that Meghan and Harry want to edit the show, with one insider telling Page 6 that they were having second thoughts on their own story, on their own projects, and another saying they are panicked about trying to tone down even the most basic language.